All right, Howard Richards, you hear him on the Tiger Radio Network on your local affiliate, and you're going to hear him right now on the Mizzou Network online talking about the SEC Championship game. And Howard, Mizzou and Auburn, when you look at this matchup, kind of big picture, what are the things that stick out to you?
If you look at the numbers, I don't know that you'll find two teams that are more evenly matched from points and yardage, defensive statistics. It's pretty amazing. And if you even look at the difference between common opponents, Missouri outscored the common opponents that Auburn played by 8 points. So that's how close it is. The interesting thing is that Missouri is more balanced. Auburn offensively is heavy. It's a heavy run team. So that's going to be the difference. For Missouri defensively, they've got to stop the run. They've got to do a good job up front defensively. The defensive line's got to get off the blocks, get penetration, and slow down their triple option assignment football, man on man, and just be very disciplined, play under control. And if they do that, they can get it done.
We hear so much about what a great running team Auburn is, but clearly they do it a lot of different ways, because if not, as Herm Edwards used to say, they'd be one-handed and they wouldn't be that good, but they're an excellent team. So how do they vary up the run so that it keeps teams off balance and they don't become one-dimensional?
Well, that's the thing. They disguise things so well. Ball fakes, misdirection, motion, so many interesting things that most defenses aren't used to seeing. Back in the day, Grambling used to run a similar, well, they still run a similar offense, but it was based on confusion. And if you can get your defense that you're playing against confused, you're in an advantage offensively to get things done. That's what Auburn relies heavily on. Of course, they execute very, very well. Their offensive line is playing well. Their running backs have great speed, great vision, and they're just really good at what they do.
Offensively for Missouri, what do you think the most important things are to keep putting points up on the board?
Execution. They must establish the run first, though. And I think if you look at how Missouri has played by getting the run game going, it opens up the passing game because the receivers have the opportunity, because of their size, to separate and get open. You run the football, you can incorporate play action. Missouri does that very, very well. And if they do that, if that run game gets going, the passing game is going to be wide open against Auburn. Auburn has pretty much a small secondary, and our guys are big enough. They get open, get some separation, they'll have a big day offensively as well.
I want to ask a former player about this, because anybody with eyeballs and a television knows that Auburn's lived kind of a charmed life the last 3 or 4 weeks. You guys as players, I would imagine, don't really pay attention to that kind of stuff when you're breaking it down and getting ready for a game. You cut right through that kind of stuff, don't you?
Well, here's the thing. A win is a win. If you win in the last 10 seconds, the last second, a win is a win. And the cool thing is that a good team, even though they're down, they'll find a way to win, whether it's by magic or just by good old-fashioned hard work. So Auburn is 11-1 because they're a good team. And, they've had some pretty dramatic finishes the last couple of weeks, and one earlier in the season against Mississippi State. But that's what you call finding a way to win. So it doesn't really matter how it's done. It's just a matter of putting W's on the board, and they've done that.
Howard, we appreciate your time. What time are we on the air on the radio network here this week?
Well, we are on the air. Actually, we have a show tonight. Our pregame is on at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. We got to take into account the time zone changes here. So 8 Eastern, 7 Central tonight on the Mizzou Tiger Network, and 1 hour before game time tomorrow.
Howard, thank you.
You're welcome.
Listen to Howard Richards and the voice of the Tigers, Mike Kelly, on your local Tiger Radio Network affiliate for the SEC Championship game. It kicks off at 3 Central on the Tiger Radio Network and CBS.